Story.
This haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.
Seriously? When is this war dance going to start? The Sky Splitter has been hovering there for ages. When can we board and see what's inside?
Is this how long-life species live? Everything proceeds so slowly. The effectiveness of anticipation in my emotional center is at an all-time high. Oh, I need to drink some coolant.
Relax. The Realm Keeping Commission will send boarding notices to all ticket holders. The Gazette said the Sky Splitter will fire a salute before the ceremony starts.
I saw the schedule for the first day of the tournament. Can you believe the Ringmaster accepted 4 challenges? And he's just a kid. So, who are you betting on, Bardo?
I'm betting on neither. I lost all my credits betting on Roboball games in Taikian. This time, I've decided not to rely on probability games to accomplish my target of getting rich.
War dance. There you are. I heard you and Mr. Dan Heng went to meet the judges, and then a riot broke out in the shackling prison. I was so worried about you. Thank goodness you both made it out safe.
There was a revolt in the shackling prison. Fortunately, we were protected by the guards until the Cloud Knights arrived to rescue us.
I was planning to take Miss March and Yun Li to Stargazer Navalia to see the Sky Splitter up close, but we stumbled upon a group of suspicious They were acting strange, so out of curiosity, we decided to follow them. It turns out they were actually Boris disguised as It seems they infiltrated Stargazer Navalia in order to prepare for Hulei's escape. And we foiled their plans by pure chance. I wonder who provided them with those disguises. And how many more Borisin have taken advantage of the war dance to infiltrate the ship? Yeah, I heard them too. But I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint them. I've already reported to General Jing Yuan that I'll give up my role as the Ringmaster. The security of the Luofu is more important to me than anything else. I need to fulfill my duties as a Cloud Knight Lieutenant. If those tourists just want to see some good sword fights, anyone can participate in this kind of tournament. The real challenge lies beyond the ring on the Sky Splitter. If we don't capture the fugitives soon, obviously, there's someone behind the scenes orchestrating this prison break, intending to spread chaos. If we fail to thwart their evil plan...
Well said. You may be tiny in stature, but your ambition matches that of the Yao Qing's warriors.
Hey, this has nothing to do with my height.
Yes, I suggested to Yanqing that we find a place to have a decent meal. A hunter must be well fed.
You still have a good appetite, even in the face of disaster. You truly are the Merlin's Claw. Please finish the food quickly so we can get to work, General Fei Xiao.
Well, that's not up to me. Dig in. I called you here so you could enjoy the food.
Me? This isn't the time for a leisurely meal, and...
Oh. You'd give me time to enjoy a meal. Ever since you encountered those Borisin spies, you've been so busy that you've hardly eaten anything. You can't just take your time. Enjoy the meal and...
Hulei's whereabouts are still unknown, and they've even taken Mr. Zhao Cho hostage. The longer we wait, the more complicated the situation...
Zhao Cho always said I'm the most impatient person among the Cloud Knights, and I can't argue with that. So, I've fought against Borisin abominations for years, and I know their ferocity and cunning well. The Borisin were clearly well prepared for this prison break, and now they are staying in the... When facing cunning and ferocious prey, the hunter must be more patient, biding their time to seize the golden chance for a decisive blow. Once Hulei loses his patience and reveals himself, that's when we'll strike.
But when will that time...
Like I said, it's only one meal away.
General Hua Yan, the Skyfaring Commission has finished its preparations.
Representing the consensus between the Merlin's Claw and the Divine Foresight, I'll step in as the temporary commanding officer of the seat of Divine Foresight and oversee the Six Commission's affairs on the Luofu.
What is the situation at the shackling prison?
Hulei made a quick escape and even sealed the gates of the prison. As of now, the Cloud Knights have re-established contact with the staff inside. The good news is the two Nameless who were trapped in the shackling prison are safe and sound.
I know I shouldn't use the word great given the current situation, but I'm relieved that she and Dan Heng are safe.
We've lost contact with one of the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. The Borisin have likely taken him hostage. Don't worry, Yuko. Fei Xiao is leading the wolf hunt operation, and you know how capable she is.
I have no doubt about General Fei Xiao's capabilities, General Hua Yan. I'm more concerned about the Wardens. According to the plan, the ceremony will begin in 6 hours. The Sky Splitter will be activated, and all visitors will board the ship to watch the contest. But now, with Hulei's whereabouts unknown, everything is filled with uncertainty.
March is right, Grandpa. I heard the escaped prisoner from the shackling prison is beyond formidable.
So, Yun-Li, what do you think?
Well, I believe we should declare martial law and allocate manpower to search for the escaped prisoners. And as for the war dance, it's better...
Your plan sounds solid, but unfortunately solid plans rarely get a chance. The first are the many travelers who have come all the way here for the war dance. If we declare martial law now, it's like declaring that the Luofu isn't safe. How do you think? The second party is the staff of the Xianzhou Luofu's 6 commissions. They've invested a lot of resources and manpower into organizing the war dance. But of course, not everyone disagrees with your idea.
Really?
The mastermind behind this incident would fully support your opinion, presumably. Hule's escape and your discovery of Borisin's spies at Stargazer Navalia. The fugitive is just one piece in the game. The one controlling the pieces wants to spread chaos and suspicion among the people on the Luofu. If we declare martial law and postpone the war dance, we'll fall into their... We'll search for the prisoners while maintaining order on the Luofu.
As if nothing has happened. Yan Qing said he'd assist the generals, and now he's nowhere to be found. With the host ringmaster gone, how are we supposed to...
That's why I called the two of you here.
Master Yun Li is...
No, that's not...
General Huaiyan.
You caught on quickly, Miss March.
Miss March is a guest invited by General Jing Yuan, Grandpa. How can an outsider
Dear child, the nameless of the Astral Express are renowned throughout the cosmos. It's an honor to have them participate in the ceremony. But we can't afford to have any problems during the war dance. I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security. Yukon, please explain to them the rest of the arrangements.
I am sorry for our improper management, and I truly appreciate your assistance, General.
There is no need to apologize. We Cloud Knights fight on the battlefield while you judges punish the criminals. We are two sides of the same Xianzhou Luofu, and it is my honor to serve the Ten Lords' commission. I've grasped the situation of the prison break. Now tell me more about the current state of the Shackling prison.
Borisin infiltrated the prison in disguise and released the prisoners, spreading chaos. Among the judges on duty in the 4 divisions, Judge Shui from the detention division was killed and is temporarily unavailable. So, I'm taking over her duties and commanding Arumaton spectral envoys and spiritfarers to quickly restore—
I, and the 2 behind me, will go deeper into the prison to investigate.
General, the situation inside is still
It's common for Cloud Knight generals to face danger directly. Hule has escaped, and the Yaoqing envoy is being held hostage by the Borisin. Not only did the Merlin's Claw offer no reproach, she decided to go after Hule herself to prevent further calamity. I believe the Luofu owes her something in return for her. How did the infiltrators learn about the location where Hule was held? And how did they time their plan just before the Yaoqing messengers were ready to escort it? Finding the answer to these questions shouldn't be too difficult. What truly matters is if we can gather the clues that lead us to the mastermind behind all of them.
I understand, but I'm afraid it won't be an easy task.
For a long time, this hidden force has been pursuing their own goals and undermining the security of the Luofu. Backing down now will only encourage—
The Ten Lords Commission will support your decision with everything we have, General.
Dan Heng and Ling Sha, I'll need both of you to accompany me on this challenging—
Well,
It's part of my responsibilities as the Cauldron Master. So, where would you like to start, General?
Let's start with those Borisin disguised as Foxians.
My people have already prepared the evidence. According to Lieutenant Yenqing's report, he stumbled upon a few suspicious Foxians at Stargazer Navalia. After following them, he discovered that they were actually Borisin in disguise. This is...
Looking at him now, it's hard to imagine how he transformed into a Foxian.
My alchemist detected some... complex ingredients in his remains, which might explain how these Borisin were able to disguise themselves. Simply put, Foxians and Borisin share a common ancestry. Although they look completely different now, there isn't much genetic difference between them. This medicine allows Borisin to temporarily change their shape into that of Foxians.
So, in other words, if they stop taking the medicine, their true form will soon be revealed?
Indeed. This means that these Borisin have a steady supply of the medicine. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Looks like the Alchemy Commission is involved once again. When I was sorting through the prescriptions they used, I came across one called Semblance Reversion Essence. It's designed to help those disciples suppress signs of their Mars-struck forms and maintain their normal appearance. When I compared it to the medicine found in the
They're one and the same, aren't they?
The medicinal properties and ingredients may differ, but the principle remains the same.
Since ancient times, the Borisin have always sought to have more powerful bodies, regarding the Foxians as weaklings. Yet, in order to save their warhead, they were willing to disguise themselves as Foxians.
If these infiltrators rely on the medicine to maintain their disguise, then following this lead in our investigation seems prudent. Please follow me. Here we are. According to the judge, this area is not yet under control, so we should proceed cautiously. I've captured the nature of the medicine in my sensor. By following the medicinal fumes, we should be able to retrace the steps of the disguised Borisin. Incredible strength. The attacker shattered this warden's bones with a single blow.
Such brute strength is not something an ordinary Borisin possesses.
If I may be so bold to ask, is this Borisin...
I have lived a bit longer, and engaged in a few more battles than you, Miss Ling Shou. To the Alliance, Borisin have always been the most formidable act. With his strength, Hule united numerous Borisin packs, forming a grand army of abominations of abundance. They constantly pushed the Alliance's armies into perilous positions over 7 centuries ago. I followed my mentor on a campaign against the abominations. And I personally witnessed the devastation on the battlefield after Hule appeared, even with medicinal pellets that suppressed the fear caused by his lupitoxin. Countless Cloud Knights succumbed to panic in the face of his murderous aura. They couldn't even raise a hand in resistance. If the former sword champion hadn't immobilized Hule with her frost blade, the outcome of that fateful battle could have been very different. By the end of the battle, only a few of us remained. The crimson moon cast the sheen of blood on all. Everything I saw was painted dark red.
If that's the case, why wasn't the beast executed instead of being imprisoned? On the Xianzhou Juming, the judges cast those unforgivable and nearly immortal abominations of abundance into the eternal flames of the stars, reducing them to ashes. Their so-called immortality is just a facade. I mean,
Nothing can truly defy death, can it? I just don't understand why the Lafu kept this tumor, but I guess I understand. The people of the Lafu are known for their kindness. Even when faced with a malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, they couldn't bring themselves to cut it out. Instead, they exiled the healer, who tried to solve the problem, to the Xianzhou Jumi.
Understand if you hold grudges against me, Miss Lingshaw. I take the blame for the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. As for why Hule was only...
I'm just a healer. I'm not familiar with the past. I'd agree...
All right. Let me tell you more about it as we...
Scream 4.
Did this Cloud Knight also take the medicine?
No. This is a Borisin in disguise. A guard killed him before he could return to his original...
All these Borisin are dressed in official attire. Besides the Cloud Knight, there were also 2 Borisin disguised as members of the Skyfaring Commission and... whoever is providing them with official identities must hold them.
Someone bit open his arteries and drained almost all of his blood while he was still alive.
Despite being a long-lived species, Borisin are actually more like predatory beasts that must feed on raw blood and flesh. I've heard that Hule was deprived of food and water. It's hard to imagine how he managed to suppress his hunger for over 7 centuries.
Such is the terrible nature of the abominations of abundance. We subjected him to the Forest of Swords to drain his life force. But in the end, his punishment turned into a test of our patience. Just like you said, Miss Lingshaw. Casting a creature that can't be killed into a star would be a way to permanently get rid of it. But unfortunately...
The Foxians didn't agree to that.
Exactly. The atrocities committed by Hule went beyond mere massacres. Throughout numerous wars, we made every effort to eradicate the Borisin. But Hule, with his mysterious sorcery, turned countless Foxians into his pawns. So the Borisin kept returning. The Foxians curse his name day and night, and they even use it to scare children into staying quiet. How could they grant a swift death to such a great... I wonder if you know why Hule wasn't taken into custody by the Foxian majority Xianzhou Yaoqing, but instead imprisoned in the Xianzhou Luofu, Miss Lingshaw.
As you mentioned, your mentor was an exceptional warrior and was the one who defeated Hule, an extraordinary achievement. Therefore, the Marshal placed this feral beast under the jurisdiction of the Xianzhou Luofu as an honor, I assume?
It seems you have a major misunderstanding about this arrangement, Miss Lingshaw. Allow me to explain it. Yanqing told me that an IPC ship was attacked by Borisin. Is this what they were transporting on the ship?
Yes. The Artisanship Commission and Alchemy Commission conducted a joint examination and found that parts of this machine are made from special... I heard the Intelligentsia Guild has been researching the biological properties of long-life species, hoping to make medical or combat-related discoveries. However, they haven't dared to cross any lines due to their so-called relationship with the Alliance.
Perhaps to those scholars, Borisin are no different from lab animals. Maybe...
No. If it were only about revenge, they could just wreck the ship and destroy all the cargo, instead of allowing it to end up in the shackle. It was a deliberate display to showcase the dangerous nature of the cargo in broad daylight. This way, the cargo would end up in the shackling prison, serving as a...
This skill in exploiting the blind spots of others' mindsets is so atypical of them. I'm afraid the IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild unknowingly became their accomplices.
Watch out! This thing is still alive! Even after suffering such severe attacks?
Their imitation of long-life species has crossed the line. Be of your body and...
This combat me. This is double speed.
Another journey begins, destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It is not far.
It can still move. It means it wasn't damaged enough. Let's make sure it never moves again.
You haven't answered my question about why Hulei was imprisoned in the Luofu instead of the Yaoqing, General. You've been reserved in your response. Could it...
The reason why the Marshal didn't leave Hulei on the Yaoqing lies in the very mech in front of us.
Are you suggesting that there are people trying to understand Hulei's secrets and use them for their own purposes? Well, I understand. I've heard that the Foxians on the Yaoqing share a bloodline with the Borisin. And just like the Borisin, some of the Foxians there experience an uncontrollable insanity. The Marshal believed that this would be inhumane and no different from what the Borisin did. So...
Exactly. While Borisin see moon rage as a blessing that unlocks their true potential, Foxians see it as an inevitable curse within their bloodline. Countless healers of the Yaoqing have attempted. Why can Borisin control the power of moon rage? Can we Foxians break free from this curse? These questions were asked frequently. Each questioner had good intentions. But the road to catastrophe is paved with good intentions. To the Foxians of the Yaoqing, Hulei was not only the warhead of the Borisin, but also a monster that could be the subject of much research. Hulei thus became a poison that corrupted people's minds without their knowing.
that's why the Marshal decided to imprison Hulei and the Luofu. It wasn't...
Because such selfish pursuits in the name of good intentions once led to a tragedy on the Luofu.
The sedition of Imbibitor Lunae. By imprisoning Hulei and the Xianzhou Luofu, the Marshal both suppressed the dangerous intentions of the Yaoqing Foxians and warned the Xianzhou Luofu to refrain from repeating its mistakes.
That was a necessary trade-off. The Xianzhou Alliance is not solely about the Xianzhou natives. Only when all three races, Foxian, Vidyadhara, and Xianzhou...
Thank you for enlightening me. Was it for the same reason that you traded off my mentor to the Xianzhou Zhuming, only to stand idle and allow the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus?
You said that I couldn't bear to cut out the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, but instead exiled the healer who tried to solve the problem to the Xianzhou Zhuming. But did your mentor tell you her good intentions led her to perform certain healing arts on Dun Hung, who had just finished his hatching rebirth? so that he would regain the memories of his past life.
What did you just say?
She believed that restoring the High Elder's knowledge of his past life would allow the Vidyadhara to resume their duty as the guardians of the Ambrosial Arbor, quelling the strife within their clan and bringing everything back on the right path. But just as I mentioned earlier, the road to catastrophe is always paved with good intentions. Since then, the 6 charioteers decided that the Alchemy Commission would no longer have a cauldron master. Until your arrival now.
If that's the case, I should thank you for protecting my mentor by exiling her, General.
Quite the contrary. I should be the one thanking you.
Thanking me?
All I ever want is to have a clear conscience. However, can long-life species truly achieve that goal in their long-drawn lives? For example, you were implicated along with your mentor, and forced to leave your homeland without knowing the truth. And now, with the complicated situation in the Alchemy Commission, the Alliance has spared me a lot of trouble by sending you to handle this challenging task. Shouldn't I be thanking you instead?
Your eloquence is indeed impressive, the divine foresight. You won't even leave me any excuses to hold a grudge against you. But, let me make it clear. The Alliance sent me here to handle the business impartially, not to choose sides.
It doesn't matter which side you choose, Miss Linshaw. At the end of the day, both you and I stand on the side of the Alliance, don't we? Let's keep going.
Incense ascends, entwined with it. These Mara-struck soldiers don't...
How can you tell?
These soldiers are fully armed. Obviously, they didn't hastily join the battle.
The messenger named Morza did say that there were 2 groups of attackers. And the other attackers, aside from the Borison, could hide their tracks.
Hide their tracks?
Exactly. I've engaged with these attackers before, and they used Cloud Hymn magic to hide their presence. Without careful observation...
You once warned me to be cautious of the Vidyadhara Elder's influence within the Alchemy Commission.
What's on your mind, Miss Linshaw?
Well, it seems that someone provided the attackers with a map of the Shackling prison. Considering the Vidyadhara's involvement in the prison's Additionally, the fact that the Borison need medicine to disguise themselves would suggest that there are still moles within the Alchemy Commission assisting them covertly. Moreover, forging official identities for the undercover Borison would require someone with significant authority. And the presence of assassins capable of using Cloud Hymn magic deepens my suspicion about the precept. But why would the Vidyadhara collude with the Borison and aid in Huli's escape?
They aim to spread chaos. They believe that only in chaos can they regain their former power. Since this edition of Imbibe de Lune, the once proud dragon race has been powerless, watching their influence wane. Being a native of the Luofu, Miss Linshaw.
However, I don't think the Preceptors are the true masterminds. If I'm not mistaken, the one behind all this treachery is the Lord Ravager who exploited the weaknesses within the Luofu and instigated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, ultimately leading to the ambrosial...
Please remember, General, that everything I've mentioned is mere speculation. We need concrete evidence for a public trial. If you want to interrogate someone within the Vidyadhara's ranks, you'll need...
So, what's your plan, Miss Linshaw?
I'll send an invitation to the Preceptors.
An Invitation?
The preceptors have been inviting me for a personal meeting since my arrival on Alafu. Now, I'll send them the remains of these Mara-struck soldiers and the route map I found in the prisoner's possession. Then, I'll ask them to meet me at Scale Gorge Waterscape. I'd like to hear their explanations.
Good idea. If I were to take action, it might alert the true mastermind. I trust you to handle this matter, Miss Lingshaw. The internal affairs of the Vidyadhara should remain under their jurisdiction. And don't worry if things don't go smoothly. Once the wolf hunt operation is over, the hidden truths will come to light.
Speaking of the wolf hunt operation, I'm truly worried about the Yaoqing messenger who was taken hostage. Hulei was starving in the shackling prison for centuries. I don't know if the messenger can survive in that wolf's clutches. May Rainbow's blessing keep him safe.
As I said, I'm a healer. But my art of healing requires the culinary arts to be true. The magic of my cauldron is its ability to make all kinds of medicines into dishes that patients can eat. When simmered and cooked together, any kind of medicinal herb...
Delicacy. But isn't that just one flavor overpowering the others?
Well, you have a point. Let me ask you this. If there's a fussy child who refuses to eat green peppers, what's the best?
Stuff the kid's mouth with the green peppers and cook him alive in a pot.
You have quite the sense of humor. I've heard that you, Borisin, have lost many of your taste buds during the self-modification process, so you can't experience complex flavors. Only the saltiness of blood and flesh truly awakens your...
It's a shame I don't have any green peppers right now. Otherwise, I'd happily stuff them into...
I'm just kidding. The answer is quite simple. Chop up the peppers and mix them with minced meat to make meatballs. This way, the flavor of the meat overpowers the taste of the peppers.
Can I just boil your tongue in this hot pot? I know you're trying to buy time until someone comes to your rescue. You said that Jin Liu recently returned to the Lafu, right? Well, she did come back. But, unfortunately, I also found out that she committed serious crimes and was escorted to another Xianzhou ship. Do you really think you can delay our departure by provoking Lord Hulei's desire for revenge with your clever little tongue? You see Borisin as savages who know nothing about the Xianzhou, but in fact, we know all about your tracking tricks. Like the jade abacus you're carrying, and the side cranes in the sky. The more hope you hold in your heart, the greater your pain will be when death comes. I wonder if you can maintain your composure when I tear your throat open.
His composure is only a temporary effect of the medicine. And it will wear off soon, right?
Lord Hulei!
Oh, you pathetic Foxians. For thousands of years, we were the ones who allowed you to live, and who granted you civilization. But in the end, you chose to betray us for the freedom promised by the Xianzhou people. But it's all right. As long as you catch the scent of your masters, you obediently return to us. No matter how far you run away.
Hulei. Have you ever wondered why it took them 7 centuries to to come to your rescue? The Borison's era has long passed. Did they ever tell you these harsh facts before giving you hope for returning home? Lord Hule? Now they're being crushed by the Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing, by a Foxian. They're hiding in remote corners of the cosmos, trembling with fear like a wounded beast on its last legs, reaching out desperately for any fake hope of salvation, which in this case is you.
The Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing. A Foxian? Very interesting. Tell me, Moktok, is he speaking the truth?
He isn't lying. That lowly beast was a war slave who ran away from our pack. Cannon fodder, a thief! She stole our power and used her knowledge about us to fight us, using every dirty trick in the book!
And she bested you, Moktok. Fairness is but a pathetic excuse for the dead and defeated. Since our great pack has fallen apart, who told you that I was alive? And who sent you here?
In our darkest hours, it was a prophet of the Master of Immortality, named Mongus, who showed us the way. Her guidance brought us hope.
This prophet, Mongus, what does she want?
The prophet made this proclamation. The Borison have been divided for too long, and only your return can unite all the packs, restoring us to our former glory. That's when we learned that you were still alive. It must have been a manifestation of the Master of Immortality. And the prophet told us that the Foxian general of the Yaoqing would take you to her ship during the Lafu's war dance, and that it would be our best chance to infiltrate and free you from your prison. And just as she said, we did it!
That so-called prophet lied to all of you. She just sent you here to die.
But her prophecy has come true. Our warhead is right here, with us!
Once the news about the prison break spreads, the Cloud Knights will close all the ports. You may think you've escaped the prison, but you're just trapped in another cage, known as the Lafu.
Let me kill this unruly, lowly beast, Lord Hule! I assure you that our star skiffs will soon arrive. Right now, everyone in the Lafu is distracted by the stupid war dance, so this will be the perfect chance to escape. Once you've returned to your territory, your revenge against the Xianzhou ships will be within reach.
Perfect chance to return to my weak and shattered pack at the mercy of a ridiculous false prophet and become a mere puppet in her clutches. Her plan is full of flaws. The only paths she has prepared for you are escape and death. Listen up. A wolf never allows itself to become prey. From now on, you'll follow my orders. Since you are so confident that the Cloud Knights will close the ports, Jiao Chou, I'm now giving you a chance to go and see it for yourself. Go to the ports, come back, and tell me what you saw.
Wait, what did you just say?
But my lord!
Would an alpha wolf ever listen to a cub, Moktok?
No, I've never heard anything like that. I wasn't trying to defy your will. I will always unquestioningly follow your orders.
Just a little pre-hunt entertainment. Don't you want to run away? You will come back. Because Foxians like you.
I can't believe he actually let me go. Perhaps I can try to warn the Cloud Knights. No. Perhaps I can just escape. The Cloud Knights must have been aware of the situation inside the shackling prison for some time. We'll check. For now, I'll do as he asked.
Would you like to board my star skiff? Well, my little star skiff can't accommodate that many. But I have a larger one that will arrive in less than 15 minutes if you need. We need to hurry wherever we're going. The war dance is about to start, and the skyfaring... What? Are you joking? How can I take you...
I'm sorry, but the Realm Keeping Commission Chancery is currently closed. All the Hey, although we're short-staffed at the moment, if there's anything I...
Hey there. I noticed you'd been looking at me for quite a while. Do you need my help? Understood.
Would you like to board my star? Well, my little... We need to hurry wherever we're going. Close the ports? Why would they do that?
Stop asking. I'm off duty now. Can't you just stop it? You're not one of us, but I smell a familiar scent on you.
The Warhead sent me here to check on the situation.
No, not at all. Instead, the Skyfaring Commission is clearing routes to prioritize starskiffs heading to the Sky Splitter. This will make our
The ports haven't been closed? What is going on? Stalling won't help. It's time to confront Hule.
Hey there. I noticed you'd been... Understood.
You're back, Jiao Cho.
You were closely watching me, weren't you? And if I sought help from anyone, your people would kill them.
Oh, exactly as you said. So, at the club...
No.
They don't want to publicize my escape. What lurks here is not a group of fugitives, but rather, your calm facade will soon crumble. I can tear through it, and of course, you can try your luck and believe that your wits will save you. But remember, you're not the old now. Let's talk about the Foxian general you serve. Moktok says she's here for me. Which means, before the hunt begins, I need to know my opponent. You can refuse and play tough, or you can cooperate and save us both some time, healer. Good. At least you didn't try to draw attention with a scream. But remember, the next time you refuse me, I'll crush your...
Fine. I'll tell you what you want to know about her. You can torture me until I talk. Or... Here's the question that's been bothering me. How have you managed to survive and endure centuries of torture? Borisin aren't supposed to live that long. Or possess such regenerative abilities.
So... is that why the Xianzhou Yaoqing wanted to take me away? I still remember. In the early years of my captivity, the Foxians came and went. They extracted my blood and marrow, trying to unravel the mystery of moon rage. They wanted to conquer their... Unfortunately, they failed to uncover the secret. So, they resorted to the most brutal punishments they could imagine. Some seek power to destroy their enemies, while others seek power to become their enemies. Which one are you, Jiao Zhou? Ah, I see. You're the most pitiful of them all, healer of the Yaoqing. You seek power, well, then let me tell you the answer in our ancient legends. Duran, the ancestor of the Borisin, was dissatisfied with his limited lifespan and power. He yearned to achieve his goal. He sacrificed the lives of countless Borisin and Foxians, pouring them into the spring bestowed by the Master of Immortality. Through a form of genetic sorcery, the water gave birth to a miracle. The lunar embryo. Duran ascended the birthing bed and obtained what he desired. A heart in the shape of a deep red full moon. He cut open his chest and replaced his original heart with this crimson moon. The ambrosial arbor is also an absurd myth, but you Xianzhou folk know. This moon heart beats within the body of every generation of the Borisin warhead. In the ritual that decides the new warhead, the successor cuts open the previous warhead's chest. Devouring is the true essence of life, allowing us to endure and thrive. It gathers the life essence of all the prey we consume, making us strong. I thought all hope was lost after 7 centuries of torment. But, all right. Now it's your turn to tell me.
Jiao Zhou, I found you.
I know I'm in no position to question your orders, but if I understand correctly, you already have intelligence about the Borison?
That's right. My people are busy collecting clues now.
General, before we completely lost contact with Zhao Cho, I picked up a signal from his Jade Abacus.
If that's the case, shouldn't we immediately go there and join forces to eliminate the Borison? Why are we—
Looks like your general has only taught you swordplay, not the art of the hunt. There's an old saying among the Borison. In the forest, the hunter may easily become the hunted. While we may call ourselves the hunters now.
Are you joking, General? He's just a wolf who's been in prison for 7 centuries. Even with his accomplices, they're no match for us numerous Lawfu Cloud Knights. How could he consider—
Do not underestimate the enemy. Hule is not an ordinary Borison that can be easily killed. The advantage in numbers means nothing when we face a vicious beast who hasn't tasted blood and flesh in 7 centuries, is now lurking on the streets of the Lawfu right before the war dance. This—
To him, the lives of ordinary people are just meat, ready to be devoured at any moment.
Exactly. That is why we must succeed in our first strike, or the situation will spiral out of control. You've heard of this military tactic, right? When you surround your enemy, leave one side open for them to escape. A skilled hunter must be well prepared, waiting for the prey at the most advantageous position. What would we do if we were the escapees from the shackling prison? While we can disguise ourselves and blend in with the crowd,
a star skiff to get us out of the Lawfu. The Borison we discovered at Stargazer Navalia were actually—
We predict their next move, and we take them. Let's start from where you found those Borison and corner our prey.
Bring forth the gleam of old blade. This is where we ran into the Borison last time. It looks the same
because I blocked all the relevant news to make it seem as if nothing had happened. Losing contact with their accomplices preparing the star skiff will surely— However, the more well-prepared a plan is, the longer it takes to adjust when it's disrupted. If any Borison wants to stick to the original plan despite the risks, they'll surely come back.
Are you suggesting that there are Borison here at Stargazer Navalia right now?
This is an automated area. So don't you think that they are— First, look at those 2 Skyfaring Commission staff members. They've been observed. Then, there's a Cloud Knight soldier over there. Perhaps he's here for patrol, but each patrol team must consist of 2 members. Lastly, there's that craftsman wearing Artisanship Commission clothing. He's unusually focused on checking that device. If you have a target in mind, let's go investigate.
Who are you? Don't you know that Stargazer Navalia is on lockdown now?
Hey, chill out. They're just a few lost tourists.
But Stargazer Navalia is the shipbuilding port of the Xianzhou Lawfu. If the Skyfaring Commission called for a lockdown—
Official documents? Of course there are. The Cloud Knights are aware that some people have infiltrated—
That makes perfect sense. So you're now investigating the board?
Yeah. We've received orders from the higher-ups, so we've blocked off this area to prevent any interference with our inspection.
Lieutenant Yanxing, and, General Fei Shao?
You're aware of the Borison prison break, right?
Yeah, I've received the news, and I'll be on the alert.
Looks like you've been keeping an eye on the Sky Splitter. Have you noticed anything unusual?
No, everything is normal on the ship. Nothing out of the ordinary.
This is not a location for a Cloud Knight on guard duty, is it?
Well, this spot offers a great view. Are you here to keep an eye on the Sky Splitter?
Yes.
You've been observing the Sky Splitter for a while. Have you noticed anything?
Honestly, just watching the ship from here isn't too thrilling. I wish I could go on board and witness Lieutenant Yenqing's contests. Speaking of which, Lieutenant Yenqing, aren't you supposed to be on the Sky Splitter? Is it alright for you to be here instead?
Thank you for your concern, but I have more pressing matters to attend to.
Hey, you there! Please refrain from wandering around Stargazer Navalia if you're not... Oh, it's you, Lieutenant Yenqing. I'm an official staff member assigned to investigate
a peculiar issue.
Yeah, we've had some unscheduled star skiffs being constructed at this dock in Stargazer Navalia. Could there have been an error in the production planning for the... This is just weird. I thought all the pending star skiffs from before the war dance had been scheduled already. I'm sorry, but I need to focus on my work right now. If you have any questions...
So, it seems that some Borisin have returned to Stargazer Navalia in disguise. The answer seems quite obvious.
That's my suspicion as well.
Remember when I mentioned that the Cloud Knights blocked all relevant news to make it seem as if nothing happened?
But on the contrary, those staff members use Stargazer Navalia as on lockdown as an excuse to persuade us to leave. This contradicts...
Their flimsy disguise has been exposed. Even if they try to hide.
Why are you still here?
No. I never issued such an order.
Who are you?
Perhaps you haven't met me on the battlefield, but I am certain you've heard my name. How many more of your comrades are here? Where were you—
This woman! She's the general of the Yaoqing! What are you—
Enemy data signet mark activated. Time for a good old counterattack!
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all! Watch your head! No dirty tricks allowed.
Bad news.
All
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Run! Tell Lord Moktok about this! Why do...
Because I need him.
You were our wars. You want me to talk? Fine.
If I were to do that, I wouldn't be any different from you. I am the arrow that pierces the wolf's heart. I grant you a swift death.
That's exactly what I desire. Wolves that leave the pack are prepared for the fate of never returning home. But sadly, you didn't catch my partner. He will alert them.
Before you close your eyes, you should know that I allowed him to escape. Because he will lead the Cloud Knights to Hule's hide.
Is this how you leave one side open? You let that Borisin...
This is the most common hunting tactic used by Borisin. I know the methods of these abominations all too well. They always leave an escape route for their prey, allowing them to flee in fear.
Have you witnessed these things firsthand? That guy called you a horse.
Well, just a hazy past that I can barely recollect. The word Borson was only used to refer to those wolf masters. I'm a Foxian who was Nerized. We're mere consumables. Cannon fodder.
But you survived. And not only that, you became the general of the Yao Cheng. If I get the chance...
Speaking of stories, you've reminded me that now is not the time for them. Wadza, we've sent the warning from Stargazer Navalia. What's the situation on your end?
I've found them. Zhao Cho is trying to stall Hule, and he signaled me to not reveal myself.
Trust his judgment and keep watching. We'll be right there.
I believe the warning we sent will stop Hule from attacking Stargazer Navalia. What will he do next?
The hunt is not over yet.
Please, save me. I want to live. Doctor!
Zhao Cho, find a medical ingenium and give that kid a shot!
I see. How's the front line?
The Borson Beast ships have already landed on the Fenghu. It won't be long before this place is over.
What about General Yueyu? Any news from her? I'm her healer. I should stay by her side at a time like this.
She asked me to tell you that she's not coming back. She must protect the Cloud Pier telescope. General asks you to save that kid. The girl fought desperately just to bring us all back here alive. I've never seen such a brutal fighting style. Her body... it's like she was split open. Just like...
Her blood pressure is dropping. Do you hear me, Zhao Cho?
Loud and clear. Get me some tumble dust. We've got to start the operation right... I will bring her back.
Is that why you're so determined to learn my secrets? Do you hear me, Zhao Cho?
I do.
So she saved you all in that great battle on the Xiangzhou Fenghu 3 decades ago. But to your surprise, you discovered her Borson bloodline while she was at death's door. Moktok told me that she was a war slave who escaped from the Eclipse Pack. Oh, what a twist of fate. Turns out, she's from the same clan as I am.
Now I understand. No wonder she displayed such astounding power.
And she used the gift of her blood... Moon Rage. A blessing for wolves. And a curse for foxes. For Borson, to have their bodies torn apart by Moon Rage and transform into a beast is the ultimate joy. But, with the burning fury in her heart, that Foxian general will eventually lose her sanity and indulge in endless bloodshed. The scars on her body will not be caused by enemy weapons, but by the immense power she can't withstand. One day, she will be torn apart and die as a monster. And in return for saving her life, you intend to give everything to solve this impossible puzzle.
Hule. Do you know the saddest thing about being a healer? All this time, I've devoted my life to bringing back those who sacrificed their lives to monsters like you. I exhausted myself, and my hands trembled. But I believed everything I did was meaningful. But once again, they rushed into battle. And then I heard of their deaths. They died under your claws. In your jaws. Amidst the flames of crashing star skiffs. And under the Lux arrow of rainbow. Like a useless idiot, I saved a fish named Life out of the cauldron called Death. Only to watch it struggle and dive back into the boiling broth. So I asked myself, why were they so eager to run toward their death after they had recovered from their wounds? Why wouldn't they value their hard-won life? All the doubts left me feeling lost.
I can smell your desperation. All the way down to your bone marrow.
Eventually, I realized that their deaths held value. They placed the weight of their sacrifice on the living, granting us strength. With a coin forged by their deaths, they exchanged something more in return. Everything I'm doing now, following you so closely, is just for one reason. Witnessing your death with my own 2 eyes. Even your death has value. It will pave the way for a peaceful war dance. And a fully cured Fei Xiao.
The thoughts in your pathetic head are hardly surprising.
Did you already know this?
Yes, I did. As Borisin, we understand the value of death more than anyone. And as a healer who has witnessed so much death, you won't be swayed by fear. What a shame, what a shame. Your story actually sparked a trace of respect for you in my heart.
Can you even feel respect? With your corrupted heart?
Of course. Because I caught a whiff of my own kind in you. Unfortunately, in the end, you're still just a weak fox. As the wolf's creed goes, gift the wolf a dead end where new paths arise. Raise him to a doomed fate where satiation lies. The cowards in forgotten corners meet their unworthy demise. Yet the valorous in brutal battles embrace their eternal prize. That's why I'm keeping you alive for now. I want to show you how Borisin truly respect their enemies. We will consume your flesh and blood, nourishing our own. We will crush your hopes and dreams, clearing a path for our hunt. Your feeble souls will witness a new future. A future that belongs to me.
My lord, we received a message. Our arrangement at Stargazer Navalia has been discovered.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Moktok, what's that noise?
It's the Sky Splitter. The ship that the war dance will be held on is about to set off. The Skyfaring Commission will clear the air routes. And if our star skiffs try to escape, we'll be spotted.
Calm down, Moktok. Look at you now, hiding and fearful. Where is your...
As I said, I'd sacrifice my dignity for your return. As long as you can come back to the Borisin Pax, there's still hope.
Hope? The Borisin have forgotten the Wolf's creed. Weak creatures put their hope in the strong, but the strong fight their way out. Bringing me back instead of choosing a new master only proves the decline of our pack. And as for the prophet who manipulated... Mock talk. Let me tell you how the Borisin will rise to power. We won't hide like rats.
But Great Warhead, our packs are not here. We can't go to war like this.
Our packs are not here. Wherever I go, everyone is the pack.
Stay away. Just don't come any closer. No!
Mock talk. We're the apex predators at the top of the hierarchy. As wolves, we create fear. We don't become servants to it. If you're blind to the path, I will be the crimson moon that lights the way for you. Share my crimson blood with our brethren. Use it to infect those Foxians and strike fear into their hearts. Now, you devious monkey, come out and face me.
Chow Chow. Moza. Run.
No, he can't run, and neither can you. You've come at the right time, monkey of the Yao Qing. Tell your general. Tell her that I will unleash a massacre here, drowning the Xianzhou La Fu in blood. From this moment on, wolves bearing my blood will hunt on every street, feasting on the followers of that devilish archer. Follow me, my cubs. We shall stride among the prey. Give the wolf a dead end when new paths arise. Raise him to a doomed fate where satiation lies. The cowards in forgotten corners meet their unworthy demise. Yet the valorous in brutal battles embrace their eternal prize. Do you hear that? The rumble of the cannons. It brings back all the memories of past battles within me. My return will bring back the Wolf's Creed. In my own way, I shall save our weakened pack and restore it to its former glory!
The Sky Splitter's gun salute is really loud. So this is what the war
Well, how could they expect to attract people to come and watch if they didn't make a huge spectacle?
As a representative of the Xianzhou La Fu, I will defeat all challengers.
That's the spirit. Sounds like you're all fired up. If you could just keep your legs from shaking so much, it would be more convincing, March. As the saying goes, the disciple takes the toil of their master. Remember, you are here under the identity of a Lawfu Swordmaster, taking the place of your no-good master Yenqing as the ringmaster.
But what am I supposed to do if my opponent for this round is super talented and just wipes the floor with me in seconds? Still a beginner in swordplay.
Come on, there's no need to worry about that. If you are defeated, then your opponent shall have to answer to me. Although, if that happens, the honor and the glory of the Xianzhou Law...
Master Yun Li, please, I'm about to compete. Can you say something that will give me a little confidence?
March, think about the great storms that you, nameless of the Express, have weathered along your many...
Why don't we call Master Yanqing back? What kind of master would retire at the height of their career and leave their disciples?
March, your master has dropped out of the contest.
Stick my neck out and get my head chopped off, you mean?
What is all this complaining about? You made a promise.
Master Yun Li, I don't think I'm completely ready.
March, there is no such thing at... is completely ready.
Miss Yun Li, Miss March, this way, please. I was informed of your arrival by Madame Yukong and came to greet you personally. The news that you will be the ringmaster in place of Lieutenant Yanqing has been made public, Miss March. Just now, as I passed the contestants' hall, I overheard them all discussing this news. The most common question I heard was, who is March 7th? If they ask you this, how will you introduce yourself? Do you have something prepared?
Losers have no right to know my great name.
Is this some kind of VIP?
I see you are both quite relaxed. Impressive! Given the imminent danger you face. Miss Yun Li's contestant information was registered for the war dance a long time ago. However, as a last-minute entry, the Skyfaring Commission has taken... Please, follow this path. The contestant hall is just...
Thank you, Miss Shikwe.
Come, let's take a look around the contestant hall. So... this is the contestant hall.
There are so many people.
March, before the war dance begins, allow me to give you one more lesson. My grandfather always told me that a weapon mimics its master. That means that a person's weapon will reflect their habits and you've seen me wield old metal before, haven't you? Tell me, what did you observe from that?
Waving around such a giant weapon?
You're not wrong. My battle style has always been simple and effective. One cut, and it's observing the weapon that your opponent uses, assessing what kind of battle skills they excel at, and where their weaknesses lie, is the key to victory in battle. A shockingly heavy sword like mine, for example.
Why would you tell me you're...
That's the only way to ensure that we have a fair fight, don't you think? I don't want to see you go and lose to someone. Now is a perfect opportunity to learn how to evaluate your opponents. Let's use the people here in the contestants' hall to practice. If you know yourself and know your enemy, you will not lose in 100 battles.
Know myself and know the enemy. Let's see, who should I ask first?
I came here because I wanted to meet the great Lieutenant Yanqing I've heard so much about, and finally cross blades with him myself. Who would have imagined that he would take a disciple and have her be the ringmaster in his place? This is no more than running away from a fight, and is a great dishonor to the Yao Qing. This last-minute replacement, March 7th. Who exactly is she?
That's right. I'm the March 7th that everyone's been talking about.
What? You're March 7th?
Don't worry. I'm a newbie swordmaster who's only been practicing the art of swordplay for half a month.
March 7th. Standing before you is a seasoned Cloud Knight who has practiced swordsmanship for over 200 years.
Tricking the opponent into underestimating me is a valid tactic too, right?
Ugh. I am not used to wearing clothes like this at all. Oh! You're March 7th! The stand-in for Lieutenant Yunqing, correct?
That's right. And you...
As you can see, I am the journalist entrusted with interviewing contestants on site.
I see the Skyfaring Commission has really gone all out as the host. Interesting.
That's right. A big event like this just can't go ahead without a few of us running around. Since the competition is getting started, could I ask you some questions that are on my mind? Know yourself and know your enemy, right? If you accept my interview, you'll learn all about yourself. First, the question that is on everyone's minds. Lieutenant Yunqing is not appearing in today's war dance. This is just gossip from unreliable sources, but I hear that Lieutenant Yunqing is seriously injured. Is this true? Then what is the real reason? You're kidding. That's a huge scoop! Once the war dance begins, you will be challenged by master swordsmen from many different worlds, Miss March 7th. Are there any that you're looking forward to facing in particular? May I ask who that might be? Who? Oh, are you... Thank you very much for accepting my interview. Much appreciated.
Was there something you wanted to ask me? If I had to think of a weakness, well, whenever I open my mouth, I make things awkward. Does that count as a weakness? Oh, I understand what's going on, Miss March 7th and Miss Yun Li. I'm actually not a contestant. I'm just here as a security guard. Oh, it's all right. I can't bear to watch other people make things awkward, so I always try to keep the conversation going. But then, I'm the one who ends up making things awkward. I've gotten used to it by now, so don't worry.
There are still many guests arriving here. Please be cautious.
Understood.
The first round of the war dance is about to begin. Are you feeling okay, March?
Me? I'm fine. As soon as I saw all these people gathered here, I suddenly felt weirdly relaxed. Looking at these contestants, I suddenly feel a lot calmer for some reason. I understand why you wanted me to know myself and know my enemy. I don't feel as nervous as I did before.
So, do you want to go out and see the ring? Very well. Go and get your intel. That's enough knowing the enemy for now. Come on, I want to see what the ring looks like. You're even asking DJ? Well, looks like she's done with that's enough knowing the enemy for now. Come on, I want to see what the ring looks like. Walk through here, we'll be able to see the War Dance's official venue.
Wow, so this is what it's like from the spectator seats?
Look over there. That's the ring we'll be standing on.
Master Yun Li? I'm getting nervous again. Can I really do this?
Too late for nerves now. It's almost time.
Almost time for what? As soon as I think about the mission General Hyen gave me, my heart starts racing like crazy. What do I do, Master Yun Li?
It's when it stops speeding that we need to worry. I have to leave for a moment and do some inspections around the ship. This was also part of Grandpa's orders.
I wonder how Master Yanqing is doing over there.
Hey, focus.
General, report! The teams are in position, and the Skyfaring Commission has taken control of the Starskiff lanes.
Activate all side cranes and have them scan everyone coming in and out of the port. Remain vigilant at all times. Any suspicious movements must be suppressed as quickly as possible before the situation gets out of hand.
Yes, General!
You two, follow me. Moza's signal's nearby, but we lost contact just a moment ago.
Did that mean...
He will be fine. Cloud Knights, search for the target.
All of you, get out of my way.
Wait. Don't go any closer.
General, I failed you. That mad dog left me here as...
A declaration of war.
That's right. I've been holding back the urge to slit his throat all this time. Well, Lord Hule ordered us to remain here, just to see if you, the great Merlin's Claw, mortal enemy of the Borisin, are able to join him in a little hunting game.
Hunting is not a game. It is a battle of life and death.
Save your breath.
Enemy targets detected. Enemy data signet markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Hedge your Desperate oblivion.
I weep for the departed.
Moza, are you okay?
I wasn't able to save Jiao Chou.
Tell me, how is he planning to declare this war against me? The one-on-one duel? Or with a hostage exchange, maybe?
Hule is planning on attacking the bustling streets of the Xianzhou Luofu.
What did you just say?
Impossible. Even if there is still undercover Borisin that we haven't sniffed out, Hule can't have more than a few dozen people. How is he planning on simultaneously attacking the streets of the Xianzhou Luofu?
He has an ace up his sleeve. Hule's body holds a plague mark passed down through generations of Borisin. I've seen him convert a Foxian to a Borisin wolf trooper with my own eyes. This is Hule's declaration of war. His blood. It can cause Foxians to rapidly transform and lose their minds. He has passed his blood to his minions, and his...
He wants to encircle us in one fell swoop.
Contact the Skyfaring Commission and the Cloud Knights right away. Have them enforce a traffic ban and order all Foxians to remain in—
The moment you see your enemy's declaration of war, it means that they have already begun to take action.
But if Hule succeeds in getting this panic to spread...
Do you remember what I told you before? Hunting is about thinking the same way as your prey, not just mindlessly chasing after them. What Hule wants is to see everyone on the Luofu descend into panic. He wants to see us lose our minds and waste our limited manpower scouring every inch of the Luofu for signs of an attack until we exhaust ourselves. It's like that party game that the people of the Yaoqing love to play. They hide an object under one of several bowls, then move the bowls around and have you guess which one the object is underneath. The way I see it, this is all nothing more than misdirection. No matter what Hule does, there is one truth that cannot be changed. He is trapped aboard the Xian...
Right now, the only ship he'd be able to see is the Sky Splitter.
In his eyes, that ship is full of countless hostages. That would be the best place for him to go. So, that will also be our final battlefield.
But if we're wrong about this, if he goes somewhere else, or if he does as he said he would, and his minions infect the Foxians everywhere with wolf blood, what do we do then? Are we just supposed to abandon those less likely locations?
This is another lesson that you must learn outside of swordplay. Weighing your options and making a decision. There are always questions that we will ask ourselves, but never be able to answer. Before making a decision, we must destroy any hesitation that we are holding on to. Once we make a decision, there is a chance that we will make the wrong decision, allow our allies to be sacrificed in vain. There is a chance that we will predict our enemy's movements correctly, yet underestimate their strength and be overwhelmed in battle. But being lost in hesitation and failing to take any action will always be more harmful than taking the wrong path. We must make a decision, no matter what. Everyone, listen up. I will personally take charge of Starskiff Haven, evacuate the people, and prepare for any possible attacks. Nameless, please lend us your strength as you did when the Ambrosial Arbor was reborn. I need you and...
General, please entrust me with the safety of the Sky Splitter. I was originally meant to participate in the tournament, so now it is only right that I return to the Sky...
If Hule does come to attack the Sky Splitter, Lieutenant Yanqing, I need you to hold him there until I am able...
Please rest assured, General. If he dares step foot on the Sky Splitter, I, Yanqing, swear on the blade in my hands that he shall not escape.
Cloud Knights! The Borisin have arrogantly decided to challenge us on Xianzhou territory. They vow that they will unleash a bloodbath along the streets of the Xianzhou. The unarmed civilians of the Xianzhou and countless visitors from afar are under our protection. Let me ask you, as Cloud Knights, be on your guard. Calling Starskiff Haven. Have all Cloud Knights be on full alert for Borisin attacks.
They shall. The ports of Starskiff Haven are crawling with wolf-like creatures. They're moving fast.
Hold them back! I will be there immediately!
There you are, Fei Shao.
Madam Yukong! After 30 years, we find ourselves fighting side by side once more. It's been a while since I've let loose. Let's get this started.
Remember, you are still on the lawful. Try not to go too wild.
Short respite, then time for the next fight. We have cleared out the enemies in Starskip Haven.
But it seems that there are fierce battles being waged at both the Exalting Sanctum and Arum Alley.
We cannot allow the fighting to continue. This is now a race against time to stop this farce that Hulei has created. I know Jiao Cho always wants me to know my limits and not get carried away, but now is the time to bring this to a swift end. Contact the Exalting Sanctum. Tell them if they see a light in the sky, all units are to retreat immediately. Madam Yukong, lend me your bow!
Everyone, out of the way! What a mess. I just knew it would end up this way. Every time she hits the battlefield, she makes a mess like this. She didn't even leave a single survivor to get intel from. One of these men must have known about Hulei and Jiao Cho's whereabouts. That was one of Fei Shao's arrows. Who knows what she used as an arrow to fire all the way over here? Take a good look around. If you can find one or two Borisin that aren't dead yet, let me know. I don't care how tight their lips are sealed. I always have a way to crack them open and get the information we need.
What a terrifying attack. Who could have imagined that such astonishing strength would lie in the hands of a Foxian war slave? So decisive, so brutal. She is more like a descendant of Duran than we who have fallen to our current state. No wonder the Warhead has his eyes on her.
I remember you, Mock Talk. You are harder to kill than a cockroach. But the fact that you have willingly shown yourself saves us some time. It is not too late for you to surrender. Tell me, where are Hule and Jiao Cho?
Save your energy, Yao Qing monkey. If there is one principle that we beasts know well, it is that we might have to break off an arm to break free from a cage. Today, I will be that arm. I lived as a hunter for many years, yet I have only followed the warhead for this recent, brief period. However, his existence has brought light back to our once blind eyes, like the moon of Verdantia. He has shown me the way. The descendants of Duran have abandoned the Wolf's Creed. In order to ensure our survival, we took solace in the shadows and fed on one another. We were no longer wolves. We were no more than rats, living a dirty and pathetic life. Thanks to the gift granted to us by Lord Hule, I have shared his vision and his blood. The descendants of Duran should live for the victory of the Pack, and they should die for it as well. Come, Yao Qing man. Show me your fangs. We will fight to the death!
Puh! How honorable, you mangy dog. But you seem to have misunderstood. There will be no fair one-on-one duel. Let's see how tough you are once we've put you down.
It pours in my veins.
No dirty tricks. Resurgence? You think you can still pillage and murder freely, as you did 1,000 years before? The Xianzhou Yashi will ensure that this is nothing more than your dying fantasy.
It too shall fall.
Fight me! Break like this will send me running!
Commencing ready for another? Can I have time for a fun?
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all!
Enemy data secure. Net markers activate. Time for a good old counterattack! This combat meet? This is double speed.
Another journey begins. Still waters of oblivion.
Boris and resurgence shall come.
No matter how heroic your sacrifice, there is no honor in your battles or deaths, Borisin.
It seems that Moktok got what he wished for.
Hule, your declaration of war is over. From now on, no matter where you run, General Fei Xiao will catch you and send you to the same fate as Moktok.
Your tongue is sharper than your claws. Don't stand in my way, child. Have your general speak with me. Our little hunting game is not over yet.
Stand down, Monza. I am here, Hule. What do you wish to say?
The Merlin's Claw. Though we have interesting things about you, from both my men and your healer. The people of the Xianzhou must be quite brave to allow a Foxian war slave with Borisin blood to ascend to the position of general. Has no one ever questioned that lineage of yours? Or could it be that your grand achievements were enough to convince everyone to keep their lips sealed?
Claiming to have family ties with the enemy sounds to me like an attempt at asking for mercy. Hule, are you begging me for mercy?
I see that it is not only the ruthless blood of a wolf that courses through your veins, but also the cunning blood of a fox. When you think about it, this was a gift from the Borisin. Anything that we gift, we are also free to reclaim. The Merlin's Claw. I shall extend a final invitation to you. I will be waiting for you on the Sky Splitter. Before you arrive, I will slaughter all in sight, allowing the crimson moon that has fallen dim for over 700 years to once more come to life. I will illuminate this ship with the sheen of blood and show everyone just how weak and powerless the Xianzhou is. Then, I will pilot this ship through every blockade and barrier you have prepared and begin my journey home. This ship shall be the flagship for the Borisin Resurgence. Before I finish these tasks of mine, you have a chance to stop me or die at my hands. This is the path that I have prepared for you.
I accept your challenge, Hule. Because the very moment you stepped aboard the Sky Splitter, you stepped onto your path to ruin.
I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security of the Sky Splitter. That's easy for my grandfather to say. But this mission doesn't seem so simple anymore. The first round of the tournament is about to begin. I wonder how Yanqing and the others are doing. According to the plan, I should seek out the Cloud Knight soldiers aboard the Sky Splitter and see if they've discovered anything. Maybe I should take a moment to meet with March before the tournament starts. March is in the contestants' lounge right now. I wonder how her preparations are coming along. Intercepting sword technique!
Is that you, Miss Yunli? If there's anything that I can help you with, please. The Cloud Knights are all in position, following...
Very good. Although, there is one thing I want to confirm with you.
Unfortunately, we don't have any means to distinguish between Borisin and Foxians. However, you can rest assured that the Cloud Knights are working hard to investigate the source of forged identities. All Cloud Knights on the Sky Splitter have their own responsibilities and wouldn't dare neglect their posts.
March 7th and I could already tell. It's clear that every Cloud Knight soldier we've met on this...
Your timing is perfect, Miss Yunli. We actually just received an emergency boarding request.
An emergency boarding request?
It wasn't on the Sky Splitter Starskiff registry, but all the documentation checked out.
Who would be boarding the ship at this time? Where are they? I'll go check it out.
The Starskiff is using the contestant docking bay. Would you like me to lead the way?
No need. You have your own duties to take care of. I will be fine by myself. check on this immediately. March, it's me, Yunli. Are you okay? She's still a nervous wreck. You still seem nervous?
I wasn't this nervous before. It's just being alone in this lounge, I can't stop thinking about everything. I mean, not only are we taking part in the war dance, but we have such an important mission to carry out as well.
March, calm. Don't worry about your mission. You have me here too, right? I know my grandfather said that you must represent the Lawfu as the ringmaster. But don't let that intimidate you. Ask yourself, you are a nameless of the Astral Express. You have always been free to come and go as you please. So, why did you board the Sky Splitter with me when my grandfather gave us this mission?
Why? Because I also want the war dance to go smoothly. For us nameless, even though we're just visitors at every stop, it was here that I met my two masters and made many new friends. I want the war dance to go ahead without any problems. For everyone's sake.
Good answer. The tournament is about to begin, so I must go carry out the mission that Grandpa gave me. March, may your blade be sharp and your victory glorious.
Thank you, Master Yunli.
Routine inspection! All passengers, please prepare for an inspection. So this is the suspicious Starskip. Where did the passengers go? I'm going to count down from 10. If you do not come out, I will destroy the ship. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Time is running out. 3, 2, 1. Wait a second.
It's me! It's just a routine inspection. You weren't actually going to blow up the ship, were you? Is that also some kind of Zhuming custom? Wait! Even though the Borisin can disguise themselves, they can't turn into someone as short as me. Put your sword away.
Didn't little Yanqing claim he was going to give up being the ringmaster and go on the hunt instead? Help shoulder the general's burdens?
The Borisin on the ground suddenly launched an attack. General Fei Xiao was concerned that this was all a diversion by Hulei, so I requested to come to the Sky Splitter and provide support.
I can't believe you ended up back here on the Sky Splitter after running around all over the place. But you're too late to enter the tournament now. Following Grandpa's plan, our disciple March is taking your place as ringmaster. Aren't you proud of her?
When I first heard the news, I was definitely proud, but also a little concerned.
More manpower is always a good thing, since the Sky Splitter is so large. Oh, and by the way, you should know that...
What's happening?
Does it feel like the Sky Splitter has slowed down? Could it be? Come with me. We need to check the engine room. It's the heart of the ship, so we need to prioritize...
The war dance is about to begin. Contestants, please make your way to the arena.
The engine room is just up ahead. Let's go. is there no one here?
Cloud Knights. They're over here.
And you should be lying alongside them. Don't worry, children. There's plenty of space to hide your bodies over here.
Even though I truly hoped that the war dance would go ahead uninterrupted, and that I was worrying for no reason.
Now that these guys have finally shown up, it's a huge weight off my mind. Bring it on, you abominations! Pressing it all together. 1,000 wonders to rid and fight its blood! You paid for that! Yes, you!
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
I hope for an end to strife in the world.
Hedge your bets.
Melt! Down to earth!
We found 2 wolves in the engine room. That means that even more abominations have infiltrated other areas. Hule is already aboard the Sky Splitter!
There's no time to talk about this. The war dance has already started. If my guess is correct, the Borisin will most likely use the ceremony to begin their slaughter. Let's go. We need to get to the war dance ring. Come with me to the ring. Harmony and unison. 1,000 wonders to raid and fight its blood! Melt!
Sure, I'll play. No dirty tricks.
Right on time. Right on time. Strike! Seize the moment. Yeah! Intercepting sword technique. Pressing it all together. Melt! Down to earth! Intercepting sword technique. This way. We're not too late. See through clouds! I hope
for an end to strife in the world. Harmony and unison. 1,000 wonders. Fight its blood! Melt!
Hedge your bets, huh?
Shivering mountains! You pay for that. Right on time. Melt! Welcome, customers. Yeah! Down to earth!
We would like to welcome all of our honored guests and contestants. We would like to welcome all of our honored guests and contestants to the Xianzhou Law Fu's Luminary War Dance Ceremony. special guest host. Let us invite our special guest host, Mr. Owlbert, to the stage to formally open the war dance.
Your war dance ends here. Now, run for your lives.
My apologies. The spectators that you were expecting aren't here. Everyone here actually came to see you. Cloud Knight, prepare for battle.
I see you ready for me. That's fine too. Sit.
Surround your enemy, but leave one side open. This is your strategy for ensuring that the war dance will be able to be held as usual?
Precisely. When Hule escaped, we should have cancelled the war dance immediately. No one can predict where a wild beast like him will attack. Yet festivals and celebrations like this are. However, preparations for the war dance were in the works for so long, I couldn't bear to announce its cancellation. So I thought, if the show must go on, then let it go on. But that doesn't mean that the war dance we hold today has to be the real event. All we need to do is swap all the spectators and contestants aboard the ship with Cloud Knight soldiers, and the Sky Splitter, soaring high above, will become the ultimate battleground for our hunt.
But what do we do if Hule is not planning to attack the war dance?
Then we just need to draw his attention to the Sky Splitter. We'll have the Skyfaring Commission clear all transport lanes and cut down Starskiff traffic. Then, when the time comes, there will be only one ship in the sky, and he will have no reason not to attack. General Fei Xiao will be in charge of scaring the wolves and cutting off their other means of escape, making him think that this will be his best way out. Given that the Borisin already have insiders on the Law Fu, I will be in charge of putting pressure on them, making them focus solely on keeping themselves safe.
Very good. Then I'd better dust off my weary bones too. I will go with the Skyfaring Commission to guard the Jade Gate and ensure that things do not spiral out of control.
Knowing that Elder Huayan is part of our last line of defense is a great comfort. This hunt will make Hule understand that the arrows of the hunt will always be one step ahead of the abominations.
That jolt just now. What's going on? It feels like the entire ship has started to slow down. Borisin must have actually infiltrated the Sky Splitter. Based on General Huayan's orders, it's time for me to take action. You guys, you're not Cloud Knights acting as Borisin, are you? You're
Huh?
Night. Stars echo. Welcome to my
Sure, I'll play along.
Lan said that if Hule appears, the Cloud Knights will assemble and do everything they can to suppress him. Master, where are you? All below the ring. Master Yanqing! What are you doing here?
I was concerned about the safety of the Sky Splitter, and my dear disciple, of course.
Yanqing, the wolf you are hunting is standing above us in the war dance ring at this very moment, facing the Cloud Knights. This war dance will not be seen by the people of the Xianzhou, nor will it be just a ceremonial sword fight. This is a battle to the death that offers no honor, only mortal danger.
To use General Jing Yuan's favorite expression, since I'm already here.
Yunli, in this march, may your blades be sharp, and your victories glorious.
May your blades be sharp, and your victories glorious.
May your blades... Ah, forget it. Let's go and make this a quick victory.
Let's go.
So feeble. Such weakness is truly pathetic.
I've been waiting a long time for this, Hule.
The dice have been cast.
Shall we set the constant slaughter?
Take it all.
My name is March 7th, Ringmaster of the Lost.
Does the Xianzhou run to the warriors?
I wouldn't let my guard down if I were you. It's about time this old wolf tasted defeat at the hands of a young cub.
I hope for it to pull together. Resonate once more.
Can't lose this one.
Unstoppable!
That won't do.
All in.
Now that's better.
You think a little ambush is enough to defeat me?
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Insane power!
Finally arrives.
Need a shot! Oh, come on! Let me fight! Time to show you what Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards! Watch this!
I venture forth to forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Sure, I'll play.
much more than that. Your feeble weapons are like blades of I've had enough. Time to finish this game. What's happening? Secrets are a weapon that a hunter cannot live without. Those that have no secrets are no more than prey, cut open and waiting for death.
What you're saying is, in your eyes, I am no more than prey that has exhausted all of its secrets and is simply awaiting its death.
Do you think you have some other escape route? Oh, Jiao Cho, I have already peeled back your disguises and defenses, layer by layer. I know all the secrets that you and your general have buried so deep.
But you have told me all of your secrets too, Warhead.
Oh, but you will never have a chance to use them. You will be buried with them right here. Although, you are a fortunate one. After all, you will avoid having to see the tragic future that awaits your general. I'm sure she understands her fate far better than you ever will. One day on the battlefield, she will be overpowered by her ever-intensifying moon rage, and finally be torn apart by her fury and transformation. Not even your god can save her from this fate. Although, they can lead her to liberation, and the only way to save her is here, in my hands.
Are you the healer? Or am I? Are you really that certain of your own judgment?
I must leave, Foxian. But before I go, you know what I must do, don't you?
Drink blood wine. I hear it is a Borisin custom to kill prisoners and drink their blood before battle to stir up their madness.
You really did put hard work into researching us. It is a shame that this is where your journey ends.
Are you the healer, Jiao Cho?
Is there anything that I can do for you?
I heard that you saved me.
There's no need to thank me.
If you're a healer, can you cure my moon rage?
And what if I can? Do I just sit back and watch as you head back out to die in battle? Listen to me, child. Your condition is not suited for the battlefield.
Okay, then can you cure war?
What are you talking about? I'm just a healer. All I can do is...
So all you can do is heal us and let us go cure war.
Such arrogance, young lady. This war has been waged for thousands of years, and it will only continue. What do you mean by cure war? All you will achieve is getting yourself killed.
You healers work yourselves to the bone to save people, even though there will always be sickness and death. So we will also keep fighting. I cannot speak for the dead, but I know that General Yueyu, as well as all the warriors that never returned from battle, will not have died in vain. They fought so that others could make it home alive.
Your actions are no different.
Jiao, this is an order. Cure me!
Those who have no secrets are no more than prey. Cut open and waiting for death. Enjoy the taste of my fresh blood, Hulei. Unfortunately, I am not a man without secrets. I still have one little secret hidden up my sleeve. Tumble dust. I drank it a while ago, and the poison is already flowing through my veins. If the most lethal poison known to this world is able to save innocent lives, then it can also be called a great medicine. I will do my best to cure you. Fishao. I kept my promise. At the cost of this insignificant life. Bring victory to the Yaoqing.
So, you want to play dirty? Here, it's colder.
My sword is even colder!
Hulei's movements are slowing down?
This is our chance.
Time for us to put this dog down!
Too slow!
Can someone else cover you, go, Master?
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Resin it all together.
Never hesitate!
That kinda tickles.
Watch your head.
This is enough. Turn tide of battle.
That does not mean you cannot be overpowered. Hulei, take a good look. Cloud Knight is in my blade.
Impossible! How could a mere whelp defeat me?
you dealt to Hule. How have I never seen that before?
Do you want to learn it? I can teach you. But, I'll need some time to heal up first.
I hate to say it, but if you can teach me that move, I'll maybe admit that you're just a tiny little bit stronger than me.
The hunt is finally over. Thank you for holding out. Lieutenant Yanqing, how are you holding?
I've never been better.
Take it easy, young one. Your wounds look quite... Who would have imagined that I would arrive late to the battlefield for the first time in my life? No. Perhaps you young one's blades were just too fast for me. I originally thought, in the best-case scenario, you would team up and hold this beast back while protecting yourselves. However, you joined forces and defeated Hule. The youth are truly to be feared and respected. Come, we need to lock up Hule once again before anything unexpected happens.
Such an unforgettable blade. So similar to the one wielded by that woman who defeated me all those years ago. Over 700 years have passed. And I thought I would have a way to overcome it by now. But in the end, my fangs and claws were too slow. You one child.
Stop struggling, Hule. There's plenty of time for you to be tortured by your regrets when you go back to the shackling prison.
Yes, I was defeated, but this was not unexpected. And regardless, you still showed your face, Fei Xiao. I have looked forward to this for so long. Our little hunting game has finally reached its climax. I told you before, I had a path prepared for you. You've doomed yourselves. As I meet my demise, so shall the entire Xianzhou Longbow. The crimson wound in my chest will make this place shine with blood. I will drive all Foxians to madness in their fear, craving slaughter without end.
This is the heart of the Borisin warhead, a product of the plague mark. I'll leave the next part to you.
I don't understand.
We cannot allow this thing to spread. I will do all within my power to consume this crimson moon. Once the situation changes, Lieutenant Yanqing, you are to enforce the Cloud Knight's military rules. Understood.
What? We clearly don't have wolf ears. Dangerous thoughts. Pull together. Resonate once more.
I will not allow any of you to leave the Sky Splitter!
Does she think we're her enemies? Ulay just wanted to take down the general, even at the cost of his own life. Step out of it, General!
No dirty tricks.
I thought we'd get a minute to catch her breath. What do we do? Do we fight or run?
All this, do you still think running is an option?
Stars echo! No more time!
I venture forth to forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Fear does not fear!
Hide.
You cannot hide! Pray!
Watch your head.
I will devour you! Show me what you can do! Never hesitate!
I'm not afraid of you.
Eliminating front.
I want to protect everyone. Tell me, Mr. Sora!
I venture forth to forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
We can't let her get away!
But do we stand any chance at all?
She said, I'll leave the next part to you. She put her faith in us!
Trying.
I promise. I will cure you. Fei Shao.
No one can live forever, Zhao Zhao. This time, I must break my... Is this the Sky Splitter? Or somewhere else?
Lieutenant Yanqing, you are to enforce the Cloud Knight's military rules. Understood.
We can't let her get away! Snap out of it, General!
You always leave the hardest battles for yourself. Even now, you would never run away. Isn't it strange? That as your enemy, I understand you even better than your own allies.
Ulay?
This rage, I remember the taste. I know that it was their victory that it thirsted for. Isn't that right, Fei Shao?
You shouldn't be here. I saw you die with my own eyes.
Just consider me a figment of your imagination. Before every hunt, I make preparations for defeat and retreat. But not this time. This time, defeat was exactly the ending I was racing towards. When I learned your story from Zhao Zhou, I realized that he had always been hiding a secret, and that not even the healer himself understood the meaning of this secret. What an ironic fate, don't you think? All this time, waiting for this day to come. I never imagined that this was how it would turn out. But I accept it. Now, let us break through the ironclad defenses of the Arbiter General's heart and see what secret justice. I found it. This is your shadow of doubt.
So-called survival of the fittest is nothing but an excuse. You cannot weaken my resolve, Rule.
Blinded by the fury of your moon rage, you slaughtered your allies. Murderous Gnome, you have betrayed the Alliance. Your actions are no different from those of the abominations we stand against.
It's the blood of the abominations that runs through your veins. One day, enemy of the Alliance. Cloud Knights, formation.
You ran into the arms of your new master's army without hesitation. You thought that you had found freedom, respect, and recognition. But you were wrong. They know all too well that a wolf will always be a wolf. Now your greatest fear is about to come true. You have become an enemy of the Xianzhou. This is your fear.
You aim to instill terror within me. Yet all of this is nothing but a fence!
It's time to return to the pack, Fei Shao. No matter how deep the hatred you bear for the poison, no matter how much we may consider each other enemies, I will still show you this path that you never imagined was available to you. Because you made a choice. You devoured the crimson. You are worthy to become the poison's warhead.
What did you say?
The descendants of Duran who came to rescue me hoped with all their hearts that once I regained my freedom, I would be able to turn the tides of battle and change the fate of our people, allowing the Borson to return to their former glory. But this was just a dream used by someone with ulterior motives to manipulate the Borson. They would rather place their hopes of survival with an imaginary savior than gain the courage and strength to fight to the death. Borson like that deserve no more than to be sent to their deaths. I, a prisoner who was your captain for over 700 years, a criminal of war who was deprived even an honorable death in battle, would become a puppet upon my return at the mercy of others. This is a fate that I will never accept. For those who are truly strong, Foxy and Borson are no more than labels. Someone who is truly strong chooses their own path. I will create that path for myself. I will pass the right to decide the destiny of the Borson on to you. Former Borson war slave and future Foxian ruler. Your healer, Jiao served you with such loyalty. He was even willing to die in order to cure your rage. I told him before that the only way to save you lay in my hands. If you just nod your head,
become a new you.
That's right. We are so similar after all. We're both monsters and were born for war. And die for war.
I'm sure my answer doesn't need much explanation. I refuse.
I told you before, Foxian and Borson are no more than labels. You can be whoever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. Except these troops, and the Borson will bow to you. Destroy them, reduce them to dust, or teach them to become servants of the Shenju. You are free to do as you please. Carve your name into the Shenju's history books, or into the list of arch enemies. You have the final say.
You do not understand, Hule. You have no idea what it is that I truly desire. When I was just a child, I stained my hands with blood for the first time, in order to escape the whips and shackles of the Wolf Masters.
Mirgle, don't stop! Keep running! I can't run anymore. Saran, are they catching up? They're still behind us. Don't stop! Mirgle, look up! Look at that light in the sky! That's a shooting star. It's shining down on us. If we just tell it our wish, we can have our freedom. We will all be able to escape. We'll win our freedom and then share it with our cooler brothers and sisters. So you have to run. Quickly. We can do it. We can escape. Nurgle, run with me.
We ran and ran with all the strength we had. But we ended up losing each other. I escaped the hunting pack and encountered a woman that could fly. A Cloud Knight.
I imagine you kept your promise.
Unfortunately, when I led her back in order to free my Kulor companions, there was nothing left there but a bottomless pit.
Light of the devilish archer. A star of calamity that strikes the ground and leaves only devastation in its wake.
In the years that followed, I followed the trail of that light alongside my Cloud Knight allies, and saw it fall countless more times. Gradually, I came to understand. That light was not some shooting star that carried wishes and aspirations. Each Lux arrow meant that countless lives in a helpless world were about to be obliterated. I prayed to the god of the Skybow that I would never have to witness one of these shooting stars fall again. But they ignored my prayers.
That's right. They never answer us. They just let us loose in this world to massacre each other. That is why the fierce battle between us has raged to this day. And the gods who never plead nor cry, who watch silently from above, refuse to listen to the prayers of mortals. We have no choice but to fight for our own desires. Do you understand now, Saran? You and I are similar in more ways than you think. You are a beast that was born for war and will die for war.
Perhaps. So, what is it that you yearn for, Hule? Why is it that you fight?
I fight so that I can turn the stars above into a great wilderness for Borison to roam. What about you, Sora?
I fight so that one day I will never have to witness another shooting star falling to the ground. So that just one more person can live and return to the Yaoqing alongside me.
You would resist becoming the person you were supposed to be. Lower yourself from a free wolf to a domesticated fox just for the sake of one person. And then have it your way. I will use your fear and doubt as my nourishment. I will seize you and devour you. I will place you and become a sound.
We are so similar. Both monsters that were born for war and will die for war. You were right when you said that, Hule. So, I shall pray to the heavens. Even if they do not respond to me, I pray that the arrows of the hunt will pierce the heart of every monster. Do you see me, shooting star? The knights are sworn to protect the Xianzhou. I will uphold this vow until my very last day.
Tears of blood, and all of the creatures of hell. I once knew the storm and hunted the weak.
Now, I will use your inner beast as my weapon, and your name as my prey. Back your disguises and showed me how cowardly and powerless you truly are, Hule!
A wolf lurks in the heart of every Borison and Foxy. The moment you grow weak, it will devour you.
Harmony and unity.
Watch your head. The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. I have the blade.
Your move, Hule. Fear that won't do. I swear to be
Forever triumphant!
Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Victory is inevitable!
Watch your head. It's on me.
And your life will be stolen. You shall live forever!
That won't do. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head. Time to reap. You cannot hide.
I swear to be
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! I will devour
Stars echo.
Watch your head. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
Make your move, Lex. Never hesitate!
That won't do. I swear to be there.
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Hedge your bets.
I have experienced for 700 years.
Like the shadow. Like the shadow.
I swear to.
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
Stars Echo! No more time.
Laws have grown dull.
Spend freely.
Time to reach. Cannot hide.
That won't do.
Watch your head.
I will bow down. Your own claws.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
Your move, Lex.
I swear to be there.
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
It's on me.
Never hesitate!
That won't do.
May song bring us
Your move, Lex. Fear!
That won't. I swear to.
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Stars Echo! No more time.
Time to reap. Cannot hide.
Spend freely.
Your move, Lex.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
That won't I swear to be there.
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! You cannot die!
Hedge your bets.
Time to cannot hide.
Never hesitate!
Watch your head.
That won't do.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
I swear to be the arrowhead.
Forever triumphant! light of the heavens, walk in my heart. Come to me. We shall conquer as one.
My only enemy has always been myself. General. General, you're awake.
I'd like to hear their explanations.
Welcome, Miss Lingsha. I am Preceptor Tauron.
Greetings, my honored preceptor. It's been a while since we last touched base. I've brought a friend with me today. I believe you're already familiar with each other.
Tauron? Elder Tauron? I remember when I was exiled, you were on the verge of passing on. What's with this new look?
All of this is thanks to your past life. Had you not been so rash, I wouldn't have had to walk such a dangerous road to free our clan, becoming this specter of my former self. Don Hung, you've returned twice, but it seems that meeting us fossils wasn't on your agenda. Regrettable indeed. Now here you are to meet me anyway. Life does love its ironies, doesn't it?
I didn't come here with Miss Lingsha today to reminisce.
Indeed. When the Cauldron Master extends an invitation, it's only proper for the Preceptors to attend.
As the newly appointed Cauldron Master, there's been much to take care of within the Alchemy Commission. It's only now that I've had the chance to speak with you. Please forgive the delay, Elder. I sent over some evidence regarding the prison break in the Shackling Prison. I trust you've already looked it over.
Yes. You sent us the remains of Mara-struck soldiers, a map of the Shackling Prison, and a semblance reversion essence pill.
These are the remains of assassins who used Cloud Hymn magic to conceal their tracks. They aided in the Borisons' escape, allowing them unimpeded passage through the Shackling Prison. That marked-up map is a map of prisoners' escape routes. Vidyadhara craftsmen once made blueprints for the prison's construction, so I imagine, Mr. Tauron, you have a similar map in your possession. This pill
is semblance reversion essence. Indeed. I helped plot the prison break in the Shackling Prison.
So, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus joining forces with the Lord Ravager to stir up trouble in the Alchemy Commission, the introduction of the Stellaron, and the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection all have something to do with the Vidyadhara.
That's right. Are you surprised? After all, both of you were sent here by the Seat of Divine Foresight as messengers to hear my confession, weren't you? Ever since the sedition of Imbibitor Lunae, the population of the Vidyadhara has dwindled. With the High Elder exiled, a few of us Preceptors had to do what we could to turn the tide. My methods might have been drastic, perhaps even incomprehensible. But it was all for one cause. The survival of the Vidyadhara.
Yet, the Xianzhou natives zealously forbid any plague marks and did nothing while the